Hi and welcome to Whirlwind Wargaming. So this week we've got issue 12 of the Spearhead Magazine from Hatchet Partworks. Please like and subscribe, and I'll continue to do these videos as I receive my copies from Hatchet. In this week's issue we've got 3 pots of paint, well, 1 shade and 2 paints, and a brush. So yeah, we can see on the cover here, issue 12. Just open it up now for me to have a bit of a closer look. And we've got our 3 pots then. So the brush, which is a medium shade brush. Obviously now that we've got our first of our shade paints, we're going to need a shade brush for it. Yeah, well, that's a matter of opinion. I normally just use whatever brush comes to hand. We've got our Wraithbone here, we've got our Agrix Earthshade, and we've got our Corax White. So yeah, all Citadel colours. Well, they've been rebranded now. They're going to be starting to brand them as Warhammer paints. We can see here the value for all 4 items comes to £15.25 versus the £9.99 for the issue, and you can get between 10 and 20% off with varying third-party stores online. For a bit more discount there, but you may have to pay your P&P on top of it as well. So it's got our Lord Vigilant then, our hobby bit of it then, so the build, play, paint, the War Scroll, but this is the Spearhead version of the War Scroll. So this is the information we're going to need to play the character we received in last week's magazine, issue number 11. And then we got some techniques here now. It's teaching us how to do a wash now that we've had that first shade. Now we've got the Agrix Earth shade, and we've got the shade brush. So yeah, give it a good shake. Normally take from the pot, normally just take from inside the lid. There's a little ridge there where you can draw your paint from. You don't want to overload your brush too much, or else it'll flood the model, and then that can cause some issues when it's drying up. And it's got you about painting some larger items here, some scenery items there as well. Then it's going through, continuing to paint your Lord Vigilant that we received last week, applying all the colours we've already got, and then putting the shades on that we've had this week as well. And this is where your Stormcast should currently be. And obviously then with the your Clan Rats and the rest of your Skaven models that you've received, applying the colours that we received this week onto them as well. And that will give us an idea where we are. Then we're moving on to a bit more of the rules within play-in. So this week we're going to look at objectives that will determine what your control value of your models are. Each model will have a control value on its war scroll. Those control values you add up. Again, it's reiterating some of the sort of sequence of plays, and it tells you a bit about your objectives. So those big circles we've got on the cardboard mats that we've had, those are the objectives, and that's the objective area. Then it tells you need to count up how many models are in those areas, determine what their control value is, add the control value up for the number of models within that area, and then that will deem who's got overall control of that objective for scoring victory points that turn. So we've got a take and hold scenario here where we're playing through, I think, up to 4 combat rounds, and that will then determine who scores the victory points by getting us used to using the control value of each model. Standard blurb here then on who's winning it. And then I look to the back page there, we can see in the next issue we're going to receive our Claw Lord on the Norbeast then, which is a sort of counter to that Lord Vigilant we're on the Griff Stalker, I think it was, wasn't it, we had last week. Please like and subscribe. I've already got next week's magazine. I'll try and get the video sorted out either today or tomorrow and get it up. Thank you guys for all your support.